If you are always looking for ways to improve your work, whether it's getting inspired for a new project or filling some gaps in your project with some assets like images, video clips, or even just text, then AI is your best friend. Today, we are going to be talking about 7 AI tools that you as a web designer could use on a daily basis to improve your work. Let's get started.
So first we have to talk about image generation. When it comes to image generation, actually DALL-E is the king. So DALL-E is basically an image generation AI that uses the OpenAI framework. It's from the same company also. So it's just simply as telling the AI what you want to do in a picture, and the AI will try its best to generate this picture for you. And it can be very descriptive, and still the AI will understand what you want to do. So for example, if we look some of the examples here we have a fish in a bowl. Let's see what it has to say. 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium on a dark blue background in a digital art style. So yeah, you get the picture. The sky is the limit actually. We see here some crazy examples like this one. A bowl of soup that is also a portal to another dimension in digital art form also. As you can see here, it's pretty accurate to the description. So let's give it a try. Let's say you want to have a picture of a man walking his dog on the moon. Uh, let's say on the moon. Let's see what we get. Okay, so as you can see here, since I didn't specify the type of artwork that I want the AI to use, is generating pretty much what I expected with some errors here and there. See here, the moon is in the background. Here we have also the moon in the background and the foreground. As you can see here, for example, it's not always a perfect result, so you have to pay attention for this one. There are some deformation of the dog and the man. Also, when it comes to creating limbs and faces, sometimes, as you can see here, it's not a perfect image, but you get the idea. Let's move on to our next AI. I want to talk about ChatGPT. This exactly isn't a design tool as in a regular design tool, but it's something that can help you as a web designer or even in other forms of profession to get inspired on what to do in your project. For example, first let's talk about what ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is actually an AI, as it says in the title, chat bot, if we can say, but it's more than that. It's an, let's ask ChatGPT what it is. What are you? And then it would respond to your question. As we see here, I'm a computer program designed to assist users with information and tasks. I'm trained on a vast amount of data and can answer questions, provide definitions and explorations and explanations, and perform a variety of other tasks to help users. So it can be used actually to get inspired with some ideas to include in your design. Sometimes you are stuck on some text that needs to be filled in your hero section or in your footer or in your header. So ChatGPT actually can help in that department. So for example, write a simple paragraph about let's say we are making a website for a clothing company. Okay, so write a simple paragraph about a clothing company that explains, or let's say just about clothing company, and see what we get. So as you can see, it's generating text that can be used as inspiration to add to your website. For example, the clothing CO or company, in this case, whatever that company is a trendy fashion forward brand that offers a wide variety of stylish and comfortable clothing for men and women, for classic jeans. So it's basically generating a general response about clothing company. We can be more specific by just saying that sells kids clothes. Let's see that. Here it says for men and women classic jeans, t-shirt, and some other stuff. But when we specify that it's just for kids clothes, as you can see here, the kids clothing company, Sior, or whatever the name may be, is a family-friendly brand that specializes in high-quality, fashionable clothes for children. See, the response is getting specific and specific as we explain more what we want. So this tool can be used immensely in this part, and even for more advanced options. For example, if you are stuck on some code that you need help with, for example, write HTML code with CSS and JS for a responsive let's say hero section. Okay, and then it will try its best to create, and actually it delivers, as you can see, a very detailed so as you can see here, our code is done. Here we have the div section for the hero, for the image, for the text container, the text, and even it added a button for call to action, for example. No, this one to scroll to content. Let's see what this is. The CSS even for displaying on other screens, and the JS code. This should display. Scroll to top. Okay. It even added the scroll to top. This code creates a hero section with a full image with a title, description, and a button. The section take up all the height of the viewport. As you can see, it generated actually what we asked. You can take this code now and edit it to your liking and check for errors with it, because not always it generates foolproof code. So you have to put your input into it. But as I just said, it can take some load off of you with this boilerplate code that you can use in your project and edit for yourself. So let's jump to the next one. Here we have a brand mark. This website helps you to create a logo using AI. So let's try it for ourselves. Create a logo, brand name. Let's say Systemco, something like that. Slogan optional, we don't want one. Keyword, so we do software. Let's say systems. Let's see what we get. Okay, what is the color palette you want? Let's say vibrant. Next, generating logos. Okay, now we have our results. So Systemco, just font, a mountain for some reason. Maybe we didn't specify some keywords, but you can see, you get the idea. It can help you create some. This one actually is kind of cool. This one is also, I like some of them. So as you can see, it can create some initial ideas that you can use for inspiration, or hand over to a professional logo designer if you are not very familiar with this process, to also get inspired, maybe get out your vision. This would help you to get started with logo design. And even if you like, for example, you like this one, you can actually use this one as your logo design, because these are, each one are individually created by AI and can be used as is. This would help you better than the other solutions that are available now with the logo makers that use predefined images that you might select that some other brand or also selected, and you will lose that uniqueness in your logo. But this one is actually unique to your description. So the next one would be AutoDraw. This one actually is just to visualize your image for your other colleagues or for your other graphic designer that is working with you, or even for yourself to get some basic images out of your head into an actual illustrations. Let's have a look. So it's basically a drawing mat that would generate images that look like what you just draw. So for example, let's try to draw a flower, for example. So we have the stem, we have the leaves. As you can see here, it started to generate some ideas about what you are trying to create, but it's still very wide because I could finish this in any other direction than tulip, for example. So let's continue with our example here. Trying my best to draw with the mouse. Let's have the flower actually look like this. As you can see here, it started to understand that this is actually a flower, but for some reason it's also thinking it's a lobster or a screwdriver or a headphone. You get the idea. It's not perfect, but it can get the job done. For example, it's understanding that this is a flower. As soon as I click on a flower, as you can see here, it transforms my primitive drawing into a flower. And you can add more to this drawing to enhance the image or make the AI understand that there are more aspects to it. For example, we could add some, let's say, spikes. See if it will pick it up. No, it didn't. Let's draw some grass. Maybe it will pick it up. Oh, yep, it did. So as you can see, it picked up that this is grass. So you get the idea. You can transform your hand-drawn images into real actual illustrations that can be used as is or used as inspiration or placeholder for the real actual image that you want to use. Our next tool is Astria. Astria is basically generating some products placement images. For example, this car here. We upload the image of a car and then it will generate the car placed in other situations as we ask for it. For example, here we have this hat. We want to generate images for this hat in other situations to showcase this hat in the real world. You can see here, these are all AI generated images that actually look pretty real. So they can be used as is, not just for inspiration. Here we have an old car. We want to include it in a realistic, more futuristic, or even in a painting style. Also here, the imagination is your limit. You can use the images that are created as is or use them as inspiration. Next, we have Let Enhance. Let Enhance is basically a tool that will take your low resolution images, as we see here, and actually using AI will enhance this resolution. It's a great tool to use when you have low resolution images that has been taken by, let's say, a lesser professional camera, or some old images taken by the client before they intended to create a website and they have some archive of these images. So basically, that's it. That's just the rule of it, but it's a very powerful tool. Unfortunately, I don't have an account here to test more tools, but I needed to mention this one because it's very useful. And as you can see, the results are very impressive. Next, we have Drawable. Drawable basically helps you to create a website from scratch. We can see here that it's picking up my location as in Zahli, Lebanon, which is where I'm located. Basically, it asks you what the business types are, the business type that you want to create the website, and help you to create a website in minutes. Let's have a look at how it's working. What type of business are you building? Let's say, take some of the accounting, take some of the examples. Art restoration, interesting. Next, what is the business? What's the name of your business? Artsy. Let's try building. Picking up Carl palette. As you can see, it's building the website in real time. And we're done. Your website is ready. That's it, in less than a minute. If we can go over this website, as you can see, here we have the hero section. We have a gallery, scrollable images. Also, these images are gathered from free licensed websites like Unsplash and stuff like this. Our services: painting conservations, cleaning and repair of artwork, frame restorations. Yeah, basically our location of home. As you can see, it's not the best website ever, but it can take care of some of the hierarchy and structure of the website, which is actually pretty accurate the way it's structured the website. And you can build upon it or even use it as a placeholder to show the customer how the format with the website would be, or even just to get inspired. So yeah, that's it. Actually, we went over these tools briefly, but I will leave link for each and every one of them below the like button for you to check out and test them for yourself. Maybe they could be of benefit for you. But just keep in mind that these tools are fairly new, and these AI engines are also being trained daily with thousands and thousands of inputs from other users. So not all the result that they spit out actually is of benefit for you, or even in the case of ChatGPT, sometimes the AI would tell you some information that actually aren't true. So be careful with that. Check the information that you get for yourself. See the images, maybe zoom in on some details, make sure that the images are fairly accurate, that meet your description, they don't have any wrong parts in them, and use them at your own discretion. Um, maybe you won't use the images directly or the text directly, but still it would help you get inspired to create your own work. So I hope this helped you to maybe start thinking about the way you approach your work differently. And that's it for us today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.